Welcome to New Sky TV. I'm Susan, and today we've got some exciting content to share with you. Hot alert! The perfect chemistry between the two leads has made them a legend. Yiying's flirting with Wang Haozhen is incredibly captivating. Once labeled low budget and tacky, microdramas have quietly undergone a stunning transformation. With a market size exceeding 50 billion yuan and a user base approaching 700 million, this is no longer a small-scale operation, but a content storm sweeping across the nation. Scripts are no longer unrealistic, and themes are more grounded in reality. Even the elderly are glued to their phones, unable to stop watching. This quality revolution has completely overturned everyone's perceptions. And in this wave of upgrades, a sweet duo has broken through the competition, achieving legendary status with their exceptional chemistry and high-energy interactions, Yiying and Wang Haozhen. In the recently popular microdrama, Yiying's portrayal of Yen is a perfect example of pure yet alluring. She possesses both the clear and lively spirit of a young girl and a captivating undercurrent of charm. The scene that made the audience scream the most was undoubtedly the taking the initiative kiss scene. Yen stood on tiptoe, grabbed Wang Haozhen's collar, and kissed him without hesitation. At that moment, her eyes sparkled with a stubborn light, her actions bold yet trembling slightly, perfectly portraying the character's courage and nervousness. After the director yelled cut, Yiying herself couldn't hold back and burst into laughter, her cheeks flushed red, hiding to the side, covering her face in embarrassment. No one expected that this scene of laughter would be kept in the end, becoming one of the most classic scenes in the entire series. That laugh was so real, so sweet, we unanimously decided not to cut it, the director revealed with a smile in the behind-the-scenes footage. Yen should be like that, brave, but also shy, proactive, but still a little girl. Wang Haozhen, who was forcibly kissed, contributed a stroke of genius. The script only said that he should be stunned, but the moment he was kissed, his ears turned bright red in a flash. From the base of his ears to the tips, a blush quickly spread across his face, captured clearly in a close-up shot. This wasn't scripted, it was his most genuine physiological reaction. I was genuinely stunned, Wang Haozhen admitted sheepishly in a later interview. When Yiying came over with that aura, my mind went blank. I just felt the blood rushing to my head, and my ears were burning hot. I never expected the camera to capture it. The audience was in stitches, with the comments section exploding. Haha, the domineering CEO's professional performance backfired. Wang Haozhen, you finally met your match. You were always the one flirting, and now you've finally gotten the better of him. That blushing detail is so realistic, even acting can't pull it off. This is the real breakthrough performance for a domineering CEO, getting his ears blush from being flirted with. In fact, their chemistry wasn't something that developed overnight. On set, they were known for their one-take chemistry. A single glance from Yiying was enough for Wang Haozhen to catch the scene. An impromptu line from Wang Haozhen was instantly met with an even sweeter response from Yiying. The screenwriters often even revised the script on the spot based on their impromptu interactions, making the interactions more natural and vivid. We trust each other, Yiying frankly admitted, so we dare to try all sorts of possibilities in the play, not afraid that the other person can't keep up. From being ridiculed for being rustic to its current upgraded quality, the leap forward of microdramas is obvious to all, and from scripted performances to genuine reactions, the unexpected sweetness between Yiying and Wang Haozhen has become the most touching footnote to this upgrade. There's no need to deliberately sprinkle sugar, because authenticity is the sweetest catalyst. We're definitely shipping this double sweet combination. Don't be fooled by her baby face, born in 2002, with a bit of baby fat still lingering on her cheeks, and her smile that's sweet enough to ooze honey. But once she's on set, Yiying seems to have the soul of a seasoned director, with top-notch control over the scene. The most classic example is that scene with her co-star. Wang Haozhen, playing a domineering CEO, needed to show some displeasure, but he might not have found the right moment, habitually frowning and unconsciously adopting the overly serious demeanor of his previous roles. Several takes failed, and the atmosphere on set became slightly tense. Just as the director was about to call a stop and explain the scene, Yiying suddenly blinked, looked up at Wang Haozhen, and said, "Teacher Wang, don't frown. Your frown makes me look just like my dad pressuring me to go home for blind dates during the new year. I'm under so much pressure." PFFD, the entire room fell silent for a moment, then burst into suppressed laughter. Even Wang Haozhen, who had been a little hesitant, instantly lost his composure, his unnatural mature seriousness vanished, and he shook his head with a helpless smile. The atmosphere immediately relaxed, and the next take went smoothly. She seemed to have an innate ability to deconstruct the tension of acting. Her method wasn't textbook theory, but rather full of lifelike inspiration. During breaks in filming, she would suddenly blurt out unexpected questions, precisely feeding her fellow actors. "Teacher Wang, what was the worst beating you ever received as a child? Hey, do you have a picture of your daughter in your wallet? Let me see it." These seemingly whimsical, script-irrelevant chats actually held hidden depths. They were like a soft key, cleverly unlocking the barrier called performance between the characters. When Wang Haozhen shared embarrassing childhood stories with a smile, or when the tenderness unconsciously welled up in her eyes when talking about her daughter, those genuine human emotions flowed naturally, flowing into the character. It was this unique ability that made her portrayal of Susuian exceptionally moving. That sweetness wasn't the mass-produced industrial saccharine, cloying and contrived. Rather, it was like fruit picked in the morning, with natural freshness and a perfect balance of sweet and sour, juicy and vibrant. Therefore, the Susuian we see is someone whose eyes burn with passion when bravely pursuing love, and whose fingertips blush with shyness, so vibrant and lively, as if she were a girl living among us. This authenticity is a fruit carefully cultivated from the soil of life by Yiying with her wisdom and empathy. Capable of precisely triggering laughter and diffusing awkwardness, and effortlessly guiding emotions, Yiying is truly the anti-sentimental expert and atmosphere regulator of the crew. On set, professionalism remains undiminished, while the liveliness is amplified. This further convinces us that the quality upgrade of microdramas lies not only in the improvement of production standards, but also in having such a group of shining new generation actors who know how to truly listen, truly see, and truly feel. Looking at the current microdrama market, the CP model is almost monopolized by two templates: same age sweet romance and younger man older woman protection. The emergence of Wang Haozhen and Yiying has decisively broken through this ceiling. The 9-year age difference, far from being an obstacle, has become a catalyst for their most wonderful chemistry. This isn't a traditional older man and younger woman relationship, but rather a perfectly balanced complementarity and achievement. Yiying's vivacity is a ray of light shining into Wang Haozhen's mature aura. A mischievous glance from her, a casual joke, can instantly dissolve the inherent depth and distance of his character, making the whole scene light and vibrant. Wang Haozhen's composure, on the other hand, becomes the perfect backdrop to highlight Yiying's charm. The more tolerant and helpless he is, the more precious her courage and straightforwardness become. Only then can her well-placed girlishness have the confidence to shine freely. This complementary attraction principle is perfectly exemplified by them. Keen-eyed netizens even spotted a detail, exclaiming, "The curve of their smiles is exactly the same. What kind of fate is this?" This unexpected discovery of identical smiles is like a destined Easter egg, adding a touch of destiny to their natural chemistry. And the market and audiences will always vote for quality content with their actions. Because the sparks from their first collaboration were so dazzling, and audiences' calls for their sweet romance were high, their second collaboration, Kiss and Run, Dr. Joe Blocks Her, has already been quickly put on the agenda. Judging from the released trailers, Wang Haozhen's portrayal of a restrained doctor and Yiying's portrayal of a flirtatious but cowardly female lead have taken the clash of maturity and agility to a new level. One runs, one chases, one casts a net, one probes, the tension is palpable. This is undoubtedly a huge reassurance for all CP fans. Their story is not over yet, and it will be even more exciting. Wang Haozhen and Yiying proved that the best partnership isn't about age matching, but about a harmonious chemistry. They transformed the age difference from a mere label into a genuine connection flowing through every frame of the story. This is perhaps the most commendable advancement in the content exploration of microdramas. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.